thought that food was going to be a very important thing in the future, as everybody knows it's going to be or is already. So we actually tried to figure out how to really truly integrate food into the fabric of the communities as opposed to something that's out there, and then hence the term agriburbia. Since then, we've done designs all over the world, numerous, almost every state you can think of, we've done consulting for or in. We have projects in many of them. But ultimately, the whole point is that if you design the community well, that means also new communities, but also retroactively into old communities. It creates jobs, it creates great food, and a whole bunch of economic opportunity that wasn't there.
I think the vision, at least that we have of farming in America, is actually doing it intensely, doing it technically, and really getting the production you can get with local farming, and making sure that it is within the local fabric. It's not big, thousands of acres, out there doing one thing. It's the variety and the locality of what we can do, as well as the highest quality that we can possibly do. And this new generation of farmers is looking to, have that 1 to 10 acre lot and actually be productive. And we give them the resources and the know-how to start, on the ground running, making sure it works.
It's all commercial grade.
Commercial grade,
It's not
yes.
gardening. This is all the best, highest quality, right, commercial grade farming.
And it's a real economy. You pay your crew, they're making a living wage, and you're actually, you can deliver to restaurants because we meet all the standards and have all the insurance in place, and it's real production. And the restaurants and where we deliver, it's a completely different product than what they get off the truck. I mean, when it's less than 24 hours old from the field, it's a different product.
So there's really two different demographics that are really interested. One are the young folks that have started in or are just starting into their career, and then the whole fantastic opportunity of the boomer generation. Maybe not every boomer would be interested, but if you have an entrepreneurial spirit in any way, this is potentially the best opportunity to leave a legacy for your children, to be creative into the later stages of your life. There is so much opportunity and so much creativity. And I occasionally talk about it in some of the lectures and say, everybody says, nobody ever says we have too many restaurants, because there's always something you can do to make a new idea, some new recipe. Farming is the same way, it's just at the other end of the spectrum. So there's all kinds of products to be made, there's all kinds of things to be grown in various places throughout the country. And boomers, if you're entrepreneurial, have that opportunity to do. What we're doing is building the infrastructure to make them successful.
There's a whole variety of entry-level activity involved in integrating agriculture into the urban-suburban fabric that we're doing. And I think that's the key, is that in some of the communities we have an AM farmer program, which is basically you can sign up from early in the morning, 5:30 or 6 when we're out there. You may work for 3 or 4 hours. It's all paid. You get trained to be farmer. You learn how to do that, but you don't have the responsibility of the farm, but you're there in the community where the farms are, and actually quite integral to the operation, or potentially. That has very little risk. In fact, that's just being in the community, accessible and willing to work and take on a new knowledge base about food and agriculture and how it works. We call it the AM Farmer Program because most of it would take place in the morning, because farming takes place in the morning. So that's an entry-level thing that virtually would cost you nothing by living in the community that has the opportunity, all the way to the other end of the spectrum, where most of the communities we create actually have very lucrative or potentially very lucrative agricultural operations at a very specific scale, 2 to 10 acres roughly is the estimate, but it depends on what you grow.